This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
So what should we goof on about for the beginning?
I can't quit looking at that bird's legs, man.
I was literally just saying I gotta get this bird off here because I cannot.
I can't quit looking at it. The thing is, like I was just saying,
get it off of here.
Is you don't see a lot of birds that have more. I said that typically have more leg ratio to wing ratio, and you said herring or like an ostrich, but the thing is, but that thing's got some beefy. I mean, they're compared to its body, those are kind of some beefy looking legs.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. It's like it's standing like somebody like some middle-aged man in your family who's like who's looking at the hood of your car open and pretending they know more than what they actually do. Birds don't generally stand.
No, that thing looks it's
very upsetting.
It's standing like it's ridden a horse its whole life. Like it's all bow-legged.
Not in the way a bird can, which is just by standing on it.
Yeah, no, like it had
like a man,
a proportionally sized horse for that bird, and it rode it around.
If there were bird species, if bird was the dominant species on the planet of person, if there were bird people, then hold on, let me back up.
Welcome to our new podcast, Bird People Watch.
I stumbled on that so hard. So we ride horses.
Yeah.
And sometimes we ride, mostly we just ride horses.
Yeah.
What else do we ride?
Donkeys and stuff.
Reindeer.
Depends on where you live, I think.
Camels.
Okay,
camels.
So ungulates. I mean, just basically all the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it elephant and ungulate?
Two-toed ungulates of sorts. Elephant? It's not an ungulate, I think. Or is it? Wait. Yes, it is. It's just not two-toed. Sorry.
What?
Remember, I went to school first for biology.
We didn't know that. Did you know that?
No. I don't know how many toes an elephant
really?
has. I just thought they had tree trunks for feet.
No, they have like 4 or 5 toes.
No, that's on their face.
It's like it's just very flat. Yeah, no, I went to school as a bio student. I wanted to be a zoologist, but I was like, it was between that and art.
None of the zoos were hiring.
Tragically. No, I just didn't want to be in a lab.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be in a lab.
So instead you started an anime zoo.
It's true, I did start my own anime zoo.
What I'm saying is, because we are ape people.
Yes.
And we ride horses.
We are great apes, yeah.
If we were bird people, would we ride?
No, we come equipped with our own method of transport. We'd have wings to fly. We wouldn't ride it. We wouldn't ride. I mean, we would have beasts of burden and things. I'm sure we would ride them some, but as far as traveling, I imagine we would just fly places.
Well, I don't know if we would necessarily. Well, if we were birds, that's true. But I mean, there are other animals that hitch rides on others.
Yeah, everybody gets tired.
No, but that's like their whole species, like a remora.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like they only exist riding on sharks.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe they go in the water. Maybe
but that's it's kind of parasitic though.
Like a tick.
But it's like a mutually. What is it called? A mutually beneficial relationship.
Symbiosis. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, this just got very legit.
Yeah. Here's how many toes an elephant has, and here's what it'd be like if we were bird people.
Yeah, if we're bird people, we have symbiotic relationships with other animals.
Well, this is another episode of the Royal We.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
And we're joined this week by special co-host. She comes and she goes like the early morning wind.
It's hard when we live across the world from each other.
Yeah, the wind doesn't reach this far. What am I talking about?
The early morning wind.
That's another nickname for her. You may know her as Ketchup McShrimp Burger. You may know her as
Shrimp Burger.
Yeah.
As Hispanic Fury.
As the early morning wind.
You may know her as the early morning wind.
It's a sociopathic racist, apparently.
This is Taylor A. Crockett.
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys?
It's been a minute.
Glowing endorsement. Uh-huh. It's been a minute. I'm sorry. It has. I've been traveling around a little bit, and my part of the country's on fire right now. So.
Oh, really?
There's crazy wildfires in Canada, and it's been the smoke, the air quality in Seattle has been worse than Beijing for a week.
Oh wow, Beijing, you basically just breathe in meat, I think.
Yeah, well, it's just basically being in somebody's horrible vape cloud for a week.
Let me teach you guys a little Chinese. Beijing means really North Jing.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, understand?
Nate and I were talking about this over breakfast about how we do a podcast and we both live in Taiwan, and that is not even a small part of our podcast.
No, not at all.
Guys, you know, we've gotten some new listeners recently. Did you know that this podcast is recorded live every week in Taiwan? It is an international podcast.
Yeah, this is internationally. I'm in Seattle.
Yeah.
It has literally nothing to do with what we do each week. But if you guys are listening for the first time, what we do generally is we take headlines and we have conjecture-based conversations about them. We do not read the articles, which is how most Americans do get their news.
Yeah.
They read the headlines and they make determinations. They make opinions about them.
We do have a card where we can play. We got to remember to play. When we remember to play
We
it,
always forget. We are able to read one article.
we allow ourselves this in this
You know what's really funny? Even though when we're done
when?
recording, I never go back and read them.
I never do either.
No, I never do either.
I hold myself to it. I don't know why.
Never read a single one.
I even said on one of the last one or the one before that, I was like, I'm going to look into that because I really want to figure out what that's about.
Did you?
No. I think it was the slime eel thing where they like.
No, it was the dough truck.
Oh, was it about the hagfish? The truck falling over?
What happened?
The slime
know
eels or
about it?
hagfish
Is that what
or
it
whatever
was?
it was.
I once again I went to school for biology. The fucking hagfish. Yeah, I saw that. I've had to study about how those guys can produce each gallons of slime. So I saw the headline and was like, oh my god.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous.
And I do not even want to look at those pictures.
But if you guys want to send us headlines, and you should, you guys could do that at
Yes,
RoyalWeCast
please.
or RoyalWeCast@gmail.com.
Yeah, Jibble.
You can also send us sound effects. I want to thank John this week for this sound effect. We're going to use that sound effect to help us get between topics because sometimes
Whoa.
we need a little bit of help.
Damn, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. It's fucking stellar.
So let's get into it. You guys ready to do some news?
Yep.
I've gathered here some headlines, some supplied, some I found myself. You guys ready to get into it? 80-year-old, here's one I found myself. 80-year-old Indiana couple nears end of quest to visit every Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
Quest.
They're 80 years old.
When did they start that?
How many do you think there are?
And when did Cracker Barrel start? I bet they've been around longer than the Cracker Barrels.
You think they've been
Oh,
out? But Cracker Barrel's so old timey.
It is super old timey, but it started out as a saying,
Yeah.
and then they turned it into a restaurant. There's not many sayings that have gotten turned
What's
into
the saying?
Sitting around the Cracker Barrel. Barely got that out of my head.
Yo, Barrel.
Barrel, you said well,
I have to look
Cracker
this up.
Barrel.
What happened? You turned this to
Okay.
Stallone. Hello, Cracker Barrel.
Here's the thing, guys.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. I say that maybe it's a convenient cover up for some shit they're doing, like the Cracker Barrel. What if just stick with me on this one.
Okay.
What if the sites of the Cracker Barrel are the sites of some sort of gateways to the Hellverse, and
What?
this couple is just trying to close them all.
Can you imagine if Cracker Barrel turned out to be the
think about
gates of
that.
hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, my parents said that they swear they saw a ghost at Cracker Barrel.
I was Nate.
It's all adding up.
Nate.
Are your parents as chuckle fucky as you are?
Not really.
What do you?
Because my dad is as chuckle fucky as I am.
My dad's a little.
What do you think
I mean,
chuckle
they have a good sense of humor.
They're kind of goofy people. They like kind of silly shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are your parents
My dad
chuckle
is-
fucky like you are?
Me?
Yeah.
Remember, I can't see you guys, so I don't know who you're talking to.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. My parents are in different ways. They both they like to have fun. My mom makes a lot of really bizarre jokes that would maybe be like she sounds more offensive than she is because she's actually one of the nicest people, in the world. So she'll say stuff and I just know that it's just her just being weird. And my dad is internally younger than I am. He's currently here's want to know something real fun. My father is friends with the brother-in-law of the guy who invented Subway. So this family is very wealthy.
Okay.
And every summer, and he's there right now, him and his old college friends, because they're still very close, get together and party at one of the Subway estates and have a theme party where they dress up.
Think about the length of sandwiches that are going on at those parties, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ones you can't
My
even.
dad is my dad's 63, so I'm hoping to basically just.
What do you think? You should ask him what's the biggest sandwich he's ever seen.
You think that's just all the party is? They're so rich and that's all their catering is just Subway?
Well,
They're having
exotic
it-
Subway. I mean, they're having it their way, or they're eating fresh? What are they saying?
Exotic Subway?
Eat fresh.
Yeah.
What is it? What is an exotic Subway?
You just take normal Subway, but then you got like aioli.
You have like a veal parm.
Yeah. Then you get like exotic meats, like the most dangerous meats, which is
man
meat. So you're suggesting that maybe my father is going to a party where Subway brand sandwiches are serving human meat sandwiches.
Yeah, like 30, 40 foot long human meat sandwiches.
Excuse me, human meat party sandwiches, party grinders.
It's like an Eyes Wide Shut party, but they're eating people.
Subway, eat flesh.
Oh shit!
That's I saw somebody did that for. There was this place down where I used to live that was a zombie survival store, and
what the hell?
Yeah, and they had this vehicle that had all these graphics on it, but they had a shirt in the window that was like a spoof on the Subway scene that said "Eat flesh."
Can you imagine? This makes me think like if I was rich enough, I would fund the search for Bigfoot and then try to eat him if they do find him.
I bet he tastes foul.
But imagine you could say,
oh god, he probably tastes so gross.
I bet he's awful.
Imagine that headline. Not only did they find Bigfoot,
they found and ate him.
Bigfoot, ate him. But did you at least save any sample tissue? Nah.
No man, we ate him.
That whole motherfucker. We ate that boy down to the bones.
We buried him in the earth.
Like, did you hear? I don't know if this is true, and we're gonna get back to the headline in a second. I don't know if this is true at all. I have no facts, but apparently the men who found, the scientists who found the mammoth, they found like a frozen mammoth in the ice.
Right.
They dug it up, and then they ate some of it. They took some of its meat and cooked it up and ate it.
Were they starving, or they just do it?
No, they did. I mean, the picture in my head is they're all back at Yale.
Guys, let's eat some of this real quick before everybody catches on.
And apparently it was delicious.
Wait, so you think they ate it? Well, I guess, yeah, it probably would make more sense than eating it on site.
Yeah.
I think they had it prepared.
But mammoth doesn't seem quite, you know what I mean?
What is elephant? You can eat elephant, can't you?
I guess.
I think it's just the idea. I think it's just the idea that let's eat something that our ancestors would have eaten like a bajillion years ago.
Yeah, like big. Well, no, not like.
No, our
Bigfoot,
ancestors. I don't think they're going around eating big feet.
But I'm saying,
our ancestors ate big feet. That's why there's only one left.
Yeah, they ate all the big feet.
That's why he stays away from us. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, you guys ate it. My whole family.
Well, this 80-year-old couple, guys, they're on a quest. My quest is to eat Bigfoot. Their quest was to visit every single Cracker Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been to maybe 3 Cracker Barrels.
I've been to a lot of Cracker Barrels.
I've been to a decent amount of Cracker Barrels.
I like a good Cracker Barrel, man.
There's always that, you ever know then you see on Reddit, when you died, what stats would you like to see? Imagine if you accidentally created, you completed that quest and you didn't even know it. You're up in heaven or whatever, and they're showing you your stats, how many times you jerked off, whatever.
Why would you show that? Yeah, I guess you guys would know that, huh?
That's a stat. That's one stat, right?
Those are the 2 stats we have, is how many times you jerked off and how many times you went to the Cracker Barrel.
No, there's more. There's very in-depth.
There's one more. How many hours you spent on the toilet, and that's all they could. That's all they.
3 stats.
There's just 3 stats.
How many Cracker Barrels?
The guy next to you was like, man, shit, I killed somebody. That's not even up here.
But I did visit 2 Cracker Barrels. Oh shit, you visited 4.
I didn't go to enough Cracker Barrels. We went to more Cracker Barrels than you did, so you go to hell.
Stalin's like, I wasted all that time.
Guys, you realize how much importance we're putting on the Cracker Barrel? As a biblical amount of it's haunted, it's a gateway to hell, and you have to go to them before you fucking die. So
any place that you can order dumplings as a meal and then also get dumplings for all your sides there's something going on there.
There's allegiance with the devil.
You can get so many dumplings in one meal, and they're just fine with it.
Oh my god. Yes. Thank you. When I was driving here across country, I really wanted to go to a Cracker Barrel for chicken and dumplings.
Did you?
My boyfriend at the time, who was vegetarian, obviously didn't understand, but I was just like, they let you get so many dumplings.
You can get the side platter, man. You can just get the where it's just all it is sides. Okra, fried okra.
This episode apparently brought to you by Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
brought to you by the Cracker Barrel.
But my point was, imagine if you completed that quest on accident. You get up there and they're looking at your stats and you have achievements, didn't kill anyone. Visited every Cracker Barrel. Oh, goddamn. I didn't know that I visited everyone.
Hey, we don't say that up here. A new stat pops up. How many times you say "goddamn" in heaven? What?
You do something just for you, and then you hope that you get recognized for it. It feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, I can feel confident. Let me think.
Solved all those little puzzles that they have. Like, you beat all the peg games, and like you unlock the chains, and you know,
there's a subcategory of just Cracker Barrel achievements apparently on this stat board.
There's underneath that, it's like at least 100 Charleston chews.
Poked around in the old-timey store
And
up
thus
front for at least 20 minutes while you're waiting for your fucking grandma to get out of the can.
Bought a toy that was whittled out of wood.
Sat
Probably
in those
very
rocking
much out
chairs
of this
and won a
country.
game of big-ass chess.
Oh.
Man, we really are either like we're demonstrating an astonishing amount of Cracker Barrel knowledge and trivia.
What's ridiculous?
And no, I bought a harmonica there.
I think there's like a mind control situation.
What's ridiculous is you guys talking about it's a ridiculous place full of ghosts and stuff. And this brings me to another news article that we have here. This was actually supplied by Zach, friend of the show. Outback Steakhouse. Now, what he said, I'm going to tell you what he told me first, and then I couldn't find a headline, so I had to actually go and look for the headline. So what he told me first was that Outback Steakhouse has been denying Illuminati ties. They've been denying, like, we're not part of the Illuminati. So I, like, Googled that a little bit.
Okay.
And then,
Sorry.
so I Googled that, and the headline that came up was, Outback Steakhouse responds to internet theory that they're running a satanic cult.
All the places.
Have you seen the picture that goes along with that?
You're familiar with this?
Oh yeah.
What's the picture?
Very.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a blooming onion. 666 of them.
There are 4 to 5. I can't remember how many, but Google Maps screenshots of somebody locating every Outback Steakhouse or whatever. Was that what it was? Outback, yeah. Outback in areas on cities, like in cities on maps. And all of them, there's 5. They all make fucking pentagrams.
But any 5 points will make a pentagram.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you have 5 distinct points, they'll make a pentagram.
Yeah.
Right? That's true, isn't it, Matt?
That's what I saw. That was what I saw on the internet that led to this.
I love that they would say that, like, no, guys, any distinct 5 points will make a pentagram. They're like,
And this goes back to what we were talking about, too, about if any time you have to deny something that outlandish, immediately makes it more suspicious.
and don't even say anything.
Like, why would you have to get up and be like, listen, guys, like,
Do not address.
we were not founded by the Masons, and we didn't, like, try our, here, we're going to give everybody coupons for free Kookaburra wings. Guys,
We really wanted to take our friend of the show, Webba, the Australian boy, to an Outback Steakhouse, and we found. Well, if we remember it, we'll link it. We found. I think he was Swedish or Polish. It was a Polish man's review of the Outback Steakhouse here in Taiwan, and it was fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hello, thank you. Today we will go to the best restaurant in the world."
the best
my
steak.
God.
And like, here you'll see it's Taipei 101. It's very nice. Great view. Let's go get the best food I've ever had.
We were going to. And what's funny is we were going to go there one night. Let's go to Outback. And they closed it down and replaced it with a steakhouse called American Steakhouse.
And it looks so generic.
It was
Even
so generic.
America won that, and we lost.
Yeah.
It didn't have like glazed donuts on the steak and stuff, and like
We didn't even go in. It just didn't look very good.
We basically kicked our feet outside of it like 2 little kids. Like, well,
No.
it's not what we wanted.
I wanted Outback, and then there's American Steakhouse.
Oh, God damn it. Now, speaking of Illuminati, here's another Illuminati. I mean, today the theme, I guess, is Illuminati. Here's more Illuminati. There's a little-known Illuminati of cheese that's persuading you to eat more dairy.
I think those are just called commercials.
I know, like or just the delicious flavor of cheese.
Yeah, there's no conspiracy behind that.
It's like, what's the
Delicious
conspiracy?
taste.
Cheese is amazing.
What?
And it's great.
Yeah, that's not a conspiracy. That's a damn fact.
It's like the conspiracy for you to fucking enjoy donuts. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
This
what
just
is...
in, food good, says Illuminati.
Imagine that conspiracy theory. Like, they make food taste good, so... Well,
They
people
make
do
food
say that.
good.
Like
Don't
it's
eat
McDonald's fault
food.
that you're fat.
Yeah.
Dude, guys, maybe we should start a rumor and see how far it goes. The Illuminati is what makes your food taste good. So anytime you have good food, it's being tainted by the Illuminati.
What is the Illuminati?
Hold up, because there could be something to that.
Go on.
Because have you ever eaten like really old timey food, like pre-Cracker Barrel food,
And it sucks?
oh, it's awful. I mean, I know this
we
through
have,
my
like-
time traveling days.
But wait a minute. Where are you getting it? It's old, like it was made back then and you're eating it now? Yeah,
But
that's
you know,
bad.
like if you eat like old timey candy, I mean, have you ever had like what's those called, like Necco wafers or Necco wafers or what?
A Necco.
Called a Nico Wafer.
A Nico wafer. Those are the furthest thing from candy, and that was an enjoyment. Like, can you imagine how drab and dull and tasteless and colorless life must have been that you put that in your mouth and was like, hey, things are okay, this is candy. Like, what were they eating before? They just walking around sucking on rocks and sticks and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you.
Honey, nectar.
honey,
Those were
exactly, that was it.
Those were like the closest things you
That's
could
it,
get.
nature's candy.
Until some cultures found sugar cane.
Yeah, you ate like a nectarine or something. You're like, man, this is great.
But the thing is, we didn't know any better,
that's what it is.
and so we're like, this is the tint.
Until the Illuminati showed us the way.
Yeah. And then
Then we all now we're all like Wilford Brimley in a diabetes situation.
yeah, they invented
So, like-
Werther's Originals and Gushers and Fruit by the Foot and stuff, and it's like, fuck,
Hey,
fucking
Werther's
apple.
doesn't
hey Nate, you just demonstrated possibly the array from the oldest person candy to the youngest.
That's what I was gonna
Without,
say.
like, a thought. Werther's Originals to Gushers.
Those were the two candies you chose. It's so strange.
Are you 100 years old? Or 7?
Well, how do you think he knows how bad old-timey food was? Apparently he's timeless.
For where I used to work, there used to be all these Werther's Original wrappers that would blow up against the front of our building, and I'm like,
Enough that you noticed that?
yeah, and I was like, where are these coming from? And it turned out, this is going to sound fake, but it turned out there was like an old folks home down the street. I think they were blowing up the road from that old folks home. I swear, I think so many people were eating those and the wind was catching them, just blowing the wrappers around like leaves in the wind.
That is
Just
super
blowing
funny.
a tumbleweed of Werther's Originals
They were.
wrappers down the street.
Damn old people.
It's like the leaves of the fall of an elder's life.
Oh my god.
I remember when we were in college, you used to constantly make references to like the Vietnam War and like
Yeah.
like old 80s movies and stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. How old are you? What's happening?
Yeah, I remember sometimes I would catch myself saying something and be like, yeah, that's even before my time. I don't know why I'm referencing that. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
All right, well, I think once again, guys, we've figured it out. Clearly, there is there's some sort of a portal in the Cracker Barrel, and the ghost that your mom saw possessed me a long time ago.
Yeah,
And now he's living. He's lived 2 lives.
yeah. There's a
So-
ghost living vicariously through me to get dumplings with his dumplings.
Exactly.
And we have to bring you to an Outback Steakhouse to get the demon purged.
And eat Werther's Original.
All right, here's another one that I found myself. We've been on a little bit of a pun kick recently. This dovetails great with that. I love this. I love this because I can just imagine it going down, and I can imagine how angry they were, and then when they realized, they held like embarrassed. Olive Garden. Oh, again, a theme.
Yeah.
Here's another restaurant.
Doesn't the same parent company own the Outback and the Olive Garden? That's why you always see them close by.
That makes sense, yeah.
Sam, did we get sponsored and you just don't want to tell us? You're trying to be subtle. about
Keeping
it.
all that money. I'm keeping all that noodle money.
Oh, God damn it, Sam.
Go on down for a nice tour of Italy at your local Olive Garden. All you can eat salad.
Imagine if I was flush with cash, and the reason was that Olive Garden was sponsoring our podcast, and I didn't tell you guys.
I would fly there and then be very upset.
At least I want breadsticks, damn it.
Yeah, it's like you could
That would
we
be.
could have all gotten unlimited pasta passes for life.
I need 3 of them personally. Okay, Olive Garden apologizes to All of Garden, ALLOF, All of
course.
Garden blog, and offers them a $50 free gift card. Apparently, they said.
Wow,
I mean, I don't
They
know.
must have bought out the URL.
What did they do?
They have they had a
Probably
blog
the URL.
called All of Garden,
Right.
ALLOF,
Uh-huh.
like all of the garden.
It must. I bet you any money that they fucking bought that domain or some shit.
Oh.
And we're like, well, yeah, because I mean, how many people didn't know what it was actually called and literally typed in Olive Garden?
I can't imagine. I just assumed that maybe they thought that it just must be a gardening blog.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But it's just really funny that even they know, like, there's got to be old people typing in Olive Garden.
Yeah, Olive Garden. That's what I'm saying.
Trying to find it.
That it's odd that
like,
they're...
we might as well just automatically redirect it.
Yeah, and like they're apologizing. It seems to me like they'd almost be like they were just buying it up from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say they're like,
being like, hey, it's too close to ours, and we think we'd probably get more hits to our website if.
I know. I'm like, what did they apologize for? Did like some hapless like old person at the Olive Garden, whoever picked up the phone was like, oh, you want to buy it for $5? Okay. You're a multinational corporation?
Olive Garden.
That could pay $100,000 for this domain? No, $5 is fine. $50 gift card. I do love the breadsticks.
Yeah.
So we could be the Outback Steak, Stake, Steakhouse.
Uh-huh.
We just sell sharpened sticks.
This probably already exists for some sort of like Australian fucking vampire killing society.
Yeah, the Outback Steakhouse. Come out back and buy yourself some steak.
Cracker Barrel.
The way you said steak was the same way that like meat steak.
I know. In my head, I wasn't thinking of it that way, but that's the way it came out.
But this reminds me of the game that we've been playing recently. And we talked about it briefly last week about the dad jokes game.
And I'm all out of them.
You can't think of one?
I'm all done with that.
And never mind, strike it from the memory, folks.
Well, shit. All right.
No, we can do it. Let's do it.
I didn't say a damn thing.
Well, I have one.
Go for it.
But I mean,
I will say, just explain the situation.
You guys do yours. Maybe I'll think of one.
All right.
Yeah.
We sat there and did it for like 2 hours one day, and that's all I got for a little
I got
bit.
them for days, man. I'll come up with a couple more even while we were thinking.
Go for it then, hot shot.
All right. Okay. Well, what you do is you have to come up with your own dad joke, your own punny dad joke. You can't look it up. You can't do one that's already done. You just got to come up with your own one, which is fun. It's a fun game. So I'm going to start. I'll start with mine, and Taylor, you have one?
Yes,
All right, so I'll start with
actually.
mine, and then Nate won't play because he's a bad sport. But
I can't think of any more.
no, I'm just kidding. Which month has the cutest wind?
Wait, which month has the cutest wind?
Why
Yeah.
did it wind?
I don't know.
August.
Oh, that does make sense.
Oh, god damn it.
August.
August. Oh, jeez. All right.
All right, what's yours?
You did it. Okay, that's what I said. I wasn't sure if I had actually told you guys this one
Let's really
before,
pump
but
the
I
brakes
did-
on the
but I
hilarity.
did make it up one day. Huh?
Let's really pump the brakes on the hilarity to tell these jokes.
Yeah, you guys just hang
Yeah.
with us. We got to get these out or we'll die.
All right. It was like, wow, this is really going to be like, yeah, things are going pretty well. Then they started telling some very bad jokes. That's it. Goodbye. See ya, everybody. I'm fine. My joke was, what did the bus driver say to the rude passenger?
Oh,
I
no.
know.
Where do you get off?
That's pretty good.
That's good. It's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty good.
You probably work like a prostitute into that joke, too. Moving on.
Yeah.
Let's just work prostitute into that one.
She doesn't want to know how you get off. She just wants to know where specifically.
They might want to know that, too.
That's true. That's true.
All right, here's another one. Here's another one that I found myself back in headlines.
Yeah.
Man named Weed accused of trafficking weed.
Well,
That's not fair. They can't give a man shit for living up to his destiny.
man named Weed.
Well, if your name is Weed and they just like, well, you must have weed on you. We would have got a guy named Terrorism.
Yeah.
Your first name is Terrorism. Yes, I'm Terrorism Freedom.
Actually, you guys, you see, this is what happens when you profile. My last name is actually Weed. My first name is Rag. So you've got it all wrong. And I demand an apology and a $50 gift card to Olive Garden.
To the Olive Garden. For more than that thing, this is just a cruel joke from the parents, because I mean, their last name, dad's last name is Craig Weed. Not that funny, but they decided to curse me forever.
Craig Weed,
So,
not that funny.
Craig Weed and my son Rag Weed, Rag combo Weed.
Weed. His name is Weed. Well, I mean,
Tumbleweed.
What kind of low ass like fucking detective? What kind of fucking like lazy ass detective work was like? Well, search him.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? This guy's name. Look up. First day on the job. Take the easiest job. I'm gonna look up whoever in the Yellow Pages is the last name Weed.
They looked him up. He wasn't even in an airport or something. They literally looked. They found him.
They looked him up. They're like, look, this guy's just fucking. This guy's just advertising. This is where
on the agenda today. We're going to stop by Mr. Weed's house. Drugs McGinty. Pill Paulson.
Oh shit, Bill Paulson. Oh my god, he's got his own operation there. They'll never find.
I mean, if you go to an airport dressed as like, if you're like one of those white dudes who have dreadlocks and you're like full on Rasta, you know, and
you're going to get quote unquote randomly selected.
Do you think those guys get selected a lot?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I think for like different reasons. I feel like I feel like that officers and shit would probably more just want to fuck with them than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least I don't know. I would. If I was gonna randomly select people, I would probably.
What's the worst name that you could have?
Those white roster people.
What's the worst first name and last name you could have to be? I mean, I guess Osama bin Laden.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's other people probably with that name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone like, God damn it!
The president's middle name was, Hussein, which is associated with another person. So like,
there's a cutlery company here called, I think Osama. I think it's called Osama. And you see it every night at restaurants. You'll see the cutlery is stamped with Osama, and that cracks me up of just like how terrible of a day for PR that was for them. Like, who did what? It's spelled the same.
Oh no!
Fuck, he did what?
Oh, no.
We're already throwing away that whole production line of Hitler forks. I was stretching so hard for that.
That's like, you don't see a lot of people named when people get super famous for doing a good thing or even a bad thing. Like we talked about Elvis the other day, but there's not a lot of Elvis people around. Were there a lot of Elvises when Elvis was around? It must have been.
That's not I don't think it's a very common name. But I think because of stuff like that, it's in afterwards, then it becomes, even though it's not bad, it's kind of like, haha, you're named Elvis.
Like Marilyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Marilyn Monroe.
A lot of Marilyn.
Yeah. Groucho
There's
Marx.
always like people that get named. There's always like a what's what I'm looking for? Not like a whole generation. But there's always like an increase in the name of babies. After like a president.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my granddad's name is Theodore Roosevelt Crockett. My dad is Theodore Roosevelt Crockett Jr.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, like that happens. Like they're just like suddenly like, ooh, yeah.
My dad's named Donald Duck.
My dad's Weed.
God damn.
Apparently, there's a bunch of people out there naming their babies Khaleesi.
Okay.
From Game of Thrones. A lot of Khaleesi. They're just naming their babies Khaleesi, which isn't even her name. Her name's Daenerys.
Right.
Yeah, that's her title. Oh boy.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
They don't even get it right. I mean, my son's name is called Drogo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm proud to be called Donovich Sandwich Man.
Donovan Sandwich.
Jesus, would you push me? I didn't like your joke. I showed him on my face I didn't like that joke, and he pushed me so hard.
He was pushing you run away, and we never see. We know the last time we ever saw a name.
This is the end of the episode.
Donovan Sandwich Man pushed Sam, and then fucking ran out of the room.
There's been another series of Sandwich Man killings. They've been called. Victims have been.
Donovich Sandwich Man is pushing people.
Well, that's his calling card. He says, "I'm Donovich Sandwich Man," and then pushes people off buildings.
Yeah, they look like really, and then he fucking pushes.
One man lived.
One man lived to tell the tale.
Donovich Sandwich Man.
Okay, here's another one that I found myself.
There's gonna be a lot of Donovich Sandwich Man children in the next year because of this episode.
We should get this podcast so big that no one names their kids Sam and Nate anymore.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
But they're all kinds of Donovich Sandwichmen.
Here's another one I found myself. Woman shot in vagina in sex game gone wrong.
Yep. Right? What?
If there's a gun that close to your vagina, I think it's probably a sex game gone right, honestly.
A sex game?
What else?
It must have
What
been
else
maybe
do they
fucking her with a
want?
barrel.
I guess, but I mean, come on.
Like with a
dangerous,
loaded
I mean.
gun. Holy shit. Well, okay, here's the thing. If she actually was getting, like, penetrated with a gun, I don't think she would have survived. Like, if she was
Yeah.
shot,
Nah,
the barrel,
no, it's
the
gonna mess
barrel
you up.
was
If you
in
had a-
her vagina.
It was a low
it would've
caliber?
fucking, like,
Still, any type of
Vaginal wound.
but still, if you had a gun inside your body and it goes off,
how long? Wait, also.
I mean, a gun is made to start on the outside and go into you. If it's
Yeah,
on the inside,
yeah.
you're already. I mean, you've just doubled
that
up.
thing would have fucking shot through her like fucking cheese. Like a
Well, it doesn't say. It doesn't say by a gun. It just says shot. What was shot in vagina and sex game gone wrong?
That's what I'm
Like a
saying. So I don't
slingshot?
think she. Oh wait.
Like you're just like
A lawn
she's sitting there and you're trying to get it in there, like shooting marbles.
Imagine that sex game.
Oh my god.
I mean, how bored are these people? There's a lot of things to do before you're like, hey, let me shoot marbles into your vagina. Hey, you want to play a nice game of fuck the gun? What
kind of fucking gun? If it's like also like. You have to talk about like a long barrel gun, or else now this person's also gonna have to get their fucking hand in her vagina to pull the trigger.
Yeah, imagine it'd be like one of those big, no pun intended, like a Dirty Harry type situation.
Yes. Right. Of course.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You feel?
The visuals
Oh my
I have
god!
right now are so
It-
disturbing.
Pardon my language. Do you feel lucky, cunt?
Boo.
Boo. I know. Whatever.
God damn.
I didn't play the game officially, but I'll keep playing.
Okay, here's the last one, and we're gonna
Oh
get
my
on out of
God.
here. Another one I found myself. Ottawa Archbishop.
Ottawa?
Ottawa Archbishop surprised by negative reaction to robotic spider on cathedral.
What does that even mean?
Man, that's a hard one for me not to look up.
That's like a
What?
real life
Let's
Avenger
not forget
story.
that we have the card. Let's not forget we can play one of these articles. We can click.
There's so much
All right,
going on
we
there.
gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it first, though. I mean, so Sam, can you say it one more time?
Ottawa Archbishop surprised at negative reaction to robotic spider on cathedral. So he probably got some money together. He was like, "This is gonna be great. People are gonna love it." He
Well,
put up
the headline could have just been, "Hey, robot spider
on cathedral.
on anything."
Robot spider. I mean,
A robot spider anywhere is news to me. That's news. That's a story. Robot spider in Cracker Barrel. It doesn't matter where a robot spider turns up. It's a robot spider.
yeah, I
This is
agree.
true. Yeah.
But I love that he's surprised with a negative reaction.
Inside or outside of the cathedral?
I would say on top. This is on cathedral.
Yeah, and how big of a spider are we talking?
So wait, was it doing anything? Because in my mind, it's like there's two realities here. One is like there's a big fucking spider, a mechanical spider crawling around on the top of the church, which in this reason everybody's outside viewing, I guess.
Look
And then
what I
the other
bought.
version, and then the other version is that everybody is inside like sitting in the pews of a cathedral, and there is still the equally puzzling view of a robotic spider crawling around on the interior.
I mean, it's not even
on
close
the
to
stained
Halloween.
glass and shit.
This is what I've been giving you guys money every week for.
Exactly. People are taking up like offerings and donations for
There's
the
a
church.
separate plate that goes by. Okay, here's the tithing, whatever that's called, plate.
Yeah,
and then here's the robotic spider plate. But that was the one that's too early in the morning. No one's listening.
If we would just, just have, see, anything you can donate to the Spider Fund will be greatly appreciated. Spider Fund?
Let's say, okay, now we're gonna play the card. Let's play the card. Which one do we vote on? Robotic? Okay, let me go over them again.
Okay.
Woman shot in vagina and sex game gone wrong. Robot spider
Well,
on
honestly, yeah.
Robot spider on cathedral. Outback Steakhouse, Satanic cult. But you told us about that. Illuminati of cheese. Olive Garden blog.
Did we even talk about that?
Which one?
Oh, yeah, it was just that cheese is good. There's no conspiracy.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
And then there's man named Weed accused of weed trafficking.
Nah, it's got to be the spider.
It's gotta be the fucking spider.
All right, let's play the card.
Woo! Is there a sound effect for the
Yeah,
card?
we'll put one in there.
Well, that's the sound effect now.
Yeah.
Can we get a nice clean cut of that? From now on, that's the sound effect
Yeah.
for the card. Thank you, Taylor.
You're so welcome.
All right, let me click it.
Oh my god.
My God.
That's like the thing at the end of Wild Wild West.
What? Please share this with me.
It's huge.
We're gonna have to definitely put this and tweet this here.
I mean, it kind of looks like a spider. It looks like a steampunk spider.
Okay, Ottawa, Ontario, CNS. The Archbishop of Ottawa expressed regret that several Catholics were shocked at the sight of a giant robotic spider perched on Notre Dame Cathedral. Archbishop Terence Pendergast said he was surprised by the negative reaction to an artistic initiative after critics called the spider's placement sacrilegious, demonic, and disrespectful of a sacred space. My cathedral staff and I anticipated that some might object, but thought it would be minimal, as nothing demeaning was intended in a spider being near the church, said the Archbishop in an email interview with Canadian Catholic News.
Why? Let's get the why here, Archbishop. You're beating around the bush, man. Why did you even start to put a big spider on the church?
I have to say, though, for real, this guy sounds like the fucking best archbishop or priest you could ever have.
We just wanted to put a big spider up there.
The spider.
I thought it was cool. On Saturdays that my church did guitar music. This guy's putting robot spiders on it? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this makes me want to go immediately be like, hey, like, sorry I haven't been to church in, like, 10 years, but, like, sign me the fuck back up, because, like, this is what I'm about.
This is insane. The spider, named Kumo, is one of 2 giant robots created by a street theater company of artists, technicians, and performers based in France. The company, La Machine, was in Ottawa July 27th to 30th as part of celebrations of Canada's 150th birthday. The spectacle of robots, music, and other special effects drew thousands of Ottawa's downtown. The show opened July 27th in the evening with Kumo waking up to organ music from inside the cathedral as the spider, suspended from cranes, climbed off its perch between the towers. Snow fell from above as part of the event's special effects. Now, I don't understand how allowing a mechanical spider to stand on the cathedral is anything but disturbing, disappointing, and shameful. Well, shit, wrote Diane Bartlett. Well,
yeah, use the same voice.
Archbishop's Facebook wall.
Holy shit. Dude,
Okay.
God. Oh. I don't know, especially believe in God more, honestly. If there's somebody who wants to be a priest, but also was like, someone was like, hey, can we put like a big old robotic, like, you ever seen Wild Wild West? Like, imagine that, like, minus Will Smith and, like, minus, like, anything except for the big spider at the end. Like, how we plop that bad boy right on top of a 300-year-old church.
But basically,
see if that blows anybody's mind. And he was like, sign the fuck
it
up.
had nothing to do with the church. It just, like, it was just about downtown, and it came out of the church.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah,
They were
like,
just
but he had to approve it.
Yeah,
So, like,
they're
that
using the
guy is a
space
goddamn hero.
I agree. I love that he's surprised. He's like, all I said was yes, and I didn't make you guys come look at it.
There's always somebody that's just looking for an excuse to say, you know what I mean? It's not that.
Wait, where was it? Again,
Ottawa?
you said?
Canada.
Ottawa. Okay, because the street that I'm looking at a picture of it on, I think I've been on wherever in town it's passing through. But either way, yeah, no, that's incredible.
Just walks from city to city.
Don't mind me.
Apparently, there were other buildings with other spiders on it, and like this was a spider that's supposed to like. They wanted to position him on the cathedral because across the street, the National Art Gallery had a large spider sculpture named Mammon in its entrance courtyard. So this was like, the idea was to make it seem if Kuma was approaching Mammon, like, okay, well, our spider's going to square off against your spider. My church spider is going to beat your art spider.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, when you say it like that, now I see the controversy.
Well, that's going to do it for us.
Church versus the church spider, the spider of church versus the spider of art have long been enemies, occasionally collaborating for one to make the other, but they have not been friends.
That's a battle as long as time itself.
Yeah. Kumo versus
true.
Mau Mau, or whatever his name was.
Mau. Well, that's going to do it for us this week, guys. I want to thank Kishi Bosch for letting us use his song Intro/Pathos off the album 151A. I also want to thank Zach and John for sending us the headlines and for sending us in the sound effects, which was, I think, this sound effect. Thanks, guys. If you guys want to send us headlines or sound effects, guys, keep the sound effects to about 3 seconds or about. All right? Some of you guys keep sending us super long ones. I tell you, someone sent us like all the Star Wars movies all on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's not helpful.
It's chaos.
Wait, like it's like just the themes?
No,
or
it
like
was all six movies just laid on top of each other.
But the video or just audio?
audio.
That's audio, yeah.
God, I wish that it had also been video. You're like, I don't know what this is for. This doesn't help me at all. That's incredible. Whoever did that, God bless.
You guys can, you guys can, the God of Spiders. You guys can send those to at RoyalWeCast on Twitter or at RoyalWeCast@gmail.com.
Nah.
Tweet at Twitter's account, which I assume is Twitter at Twitter, and tell them how much you like the show.
Hey, Twitter.
Tell them how much you like the sound effects. Hey, Twitter.
Goof Grease. Just hashtag Goof Grease right at Twitter.
Hashtag Goof Juice. Yeah. And do it every hour of every day until they have to investigate what's going on.
What is this? I also want to thank Taylor. Taylor, thanks for being here with us.
It's been so good to be back. Yeah. Always a pleasure.
Good night, Dad, I guess.
Yeah. Good night, Momo, the giant church spider.
Good night, Kumo, the giant church spider.
Which one was the art spider?
Good night, Dad, the giant dad spider.
Good night.
There is no sleep once you've been to a Cracker Barrel.
Just, I see it now with my waking eye.
Okay, good night, Dad.
Any place that you can order dumplings as a meal and then also get dumplings for all your sides there's something going on there.